This episode of The Bill and Callie Show is brought to you by Brown Insurance Group has been providing coverage to municipalities, companies, and individuals in the region for over 73 years. As a partner of the Keystone Insurers Group, we are able to offer an extensive line of insurance products and services, from commercial services including employee benefits and liability insurance, to personal services such as home, auto, watercraft, and motorcycle coverage. We are also committed to our community. We support many charities and events in the region. Our core values of care and integrity since the inception of Brown Insurance Group has made us one of Indiana's most respected and valued insurance agencies. To make an appointment with one of our experienced specialists, call our Highland Insurance office at 219-972-6060. Brown Insurance Group. Small town values, big time resources, going beyond expectations to protect you and yours.
Welcome to another edition of Neighbors, people connecting from across Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana and Michiana area. And I'd like to welcome our guests today. We have Angela Johnson. And Angela, where are you from again?
Good morning, Hebron, Indiana.
Hebron, and what is happening here? Okay, hold on just a second.
Somebody's trying to join us, maybe?
Yeah, but that's not supposed to happen. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm not sure why that happened, but we're going to roll with it. And then we have Gloria Morris. Gloria, will you tell us where you're from? As
Sure.
I'm trying to figure out what happened to our screen.
Yeah, I'll do a little dance.
Yeah, go right ahead.
So my name's Gloria Morris, and I am a lifelong Regent rat. I grew up in Gary and went to Hobart High School. I'm a Brickie, go Brickies, and I live in St. John, Indiana. And I have a couple businesses in the area, a full-time job, kids, and I do a little show called Speaking of Charity out of the WJOB studios.
Awesome. And I think I understand what I see there. We're looking at someone trying to connect. Okay, I've got to hide that for a bit because they're typing in a password. The glories of technology. Boy, oh boy.
Hide it.
Yeah, in fact, we just were on Gloria's show just not too long ago, so thank you for that. We are honored to be on your show. So let's go around the horn, if you will, and start until we have the people from... Oh, you know what I think he did? He shared a screen. That's what he's doing. Okay. Yeah. Oh, nope. He's typing in a password. Don't want to show that. Wonders of technology. Let me see if I can get... There's no way I can just... you know what I can do?
You might be able to take away permissions from him, right?
Yeah. Let me manage participants. Okay, let me go back.
Because we're about to read his email.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see here. Come on. Yep, just bear with us here, folks.
It could be worse. I've seen people taking Zoom calls from the bathroom.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yes,
Oh,
I have
my
seen
goodness.
more faux pas in the last 10 days than I have in 20 years of being a remote type of worker.
Yeah, we're...
From a sound.
I thought it was
and
bad enough
vision.
when I'm at like Target and I go into the bathroom and somebody in the stall next to me is talking to somebody.
Okay, yeah, we've had to take that away because evidently they got
Yes.
whoever's... And then we have Ruth joining us.
I am from Planting Possibilities.
Ruth, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Yeah, we had a little bit of technical difficulties. Everybody's dealing with technical difficulties.
No problem. So I think we'll go with this view for right now. Okay, let's get back to, we're going to go around. Okay, so Ruth is from Planting Possibilities. Gloria introduced herself. Ruth, can you tell us where you actually are from? Here comes Mark.
Now let's get Mark on there too.
Yeah.
Mark's the big guy.
Yep.
I'm with Planting Possibilities. We're an organization that works with young adults with autism and other developmental disabilities. Currently we have our operations are out of Compagna Academy, basically, which is a little bit, Mark could probably tell you a little bit regarding that and the status just with relation to the current situation. My capacity is I handle a lot of the communications and a lot of the event planning and event logistics and things like that.
Right.
So that's my story.
And you're sticking to it.
Yep.
I'm sticking to it, exactly.
Now, if you can, you'll see a little video camera. Oh, Gloria, a little video camera in the lower left-hand corner. If you can, okay, if you can click that on.
Oh, there we go. Now
there we go.
Beautiful face. Yay.
Hi.
Now, Gloria went out on us, and there Gloria's back. And now, Mark, Mark, are you with us? We're going to get everyone on here.
Everyone's dealing with these with a technological learning curve.
Yeah,
Yes,
we understand.
exactly.
We understand. But let me see. We'll continue going on. So, what I wanted to do, and if Mark joins us, we'll continue on. Why don't we talk about if you'll tell us a bit about what you see in your neighborhood and the town or city that you're located in. How are they reacting to this?
Impacted.
The isolation, the stay-at-home order, and how do you? What about the businesses in your area? How are they being impacted? We'll start with you, Angela.
Yes. So the day 2 days ago when it was really nice out and it was like 60 degrees, we were kind of happy that it was, the sun was out, everybody was outside. And I'm not sure if that's necessarily a good thing because there was no social distancing in our neighborhood at all.
Mm-hmm.
The kids were at the parks. There were groups of families walking together, which on an ordinary day would be, yay. But I did not see any practicing of social distancing. And everybody had a smile on their face and was having a good time. We actually went outside for 20 minutes, played with chalk on the sidewalk, and then came inside. As soon as we started seeing groups of people come down our street, that's when we went in because we realized our world is changing in a big way right now, and we just can't take that chance. We have neighbors to the left and neighbors to the right, and the neighbors to the left are in their 70s, and we've only seen them out one time, and usually they're outside in their garden around this time. They have not been outside or anything, and I think I'm a baker, so I usually bake, breads and cookies and take them over there. But because of this scare, I'm really frightened to do something like that because of their age. Right. And like I said, there were people outside, and there are a lot of kids in our neighborhood. Our community is small because we live in Hebron, so we're in the middle of everyone. We're about 15 to 20 minutes from Lowell, Crown Point, Valpo, Chesterton, like everyone's around us. So it's uncommon for us to not see traffic. Mm-hmm. There's always traffic, but because of these times, there really hasn't been any. It's like a ghost town. Our town is small, and we haven't really seen all the traffic come through. But on that one nice day, the whole community took advantage of it. But that's what I wanted to say, I guess. And I don't know if that's a good thing. What's everybody's opinion?
Well, I think about Chicago and how they had to close down the lake trail and things like that because of that exact same thing. The weather was beautiful. People wanted so desperately to get outside, but nobody was paying attention to the social distancing, and Lori Lightfoot put her foot down on that one.
Right.
Yeah.
We do have to catch up. We have some other people that joined the group. Bonnie Ripson. Bonnie, what, if you will, everyone introduce themselves. So why don't you tell us where you're from, and we'll get back to you and talk more about what's happening in your neighborhood.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry I joined late. I was having technical difficulties trying to get in. You know, working from home, that's one of the issues that we're having.
Yep.
I probably should have just ran into work and tried to log on. It would have been quicker.
No, that would have... go ahead.
Yeah, so my name is Bonnie Remsen. I'm from Love Inc. of Greater Hammond, which is located in Griffith. I live in Dyer, but we serve Hammond, Highland, Griffith, and Munster area. And so we're a nonprofit that serves the community by helping churches do more outreaches through there.
Right. And then the other person that just joined us, Mark from Planting Possibilities. Are you there, Mark? Can you hear us? Oh, he can't. All right. Can you, Mark? We can't hear you. I think you're going to have to... there should be a button on the... There you go. Up, there you go.
All right.
There you go, Mark. We're all here finally. I knew this was going to be a challenge. It was a big group, but I thought we'd get it done. So, Mark, welcome to our group. And Mark, why don't you tell us where you're from and where you live? And we're going to go back because we started telling about the communities and what's happening in our communities.
Yeah, I've been following you guys.
Uh-oh.
I can fix that. Okay, that's got to be...
There you go. Yeah, there you go. There are your speakers.
Yeah, I'm Executive Director of Planting Possibilities. I think Ruth already introduced herself.
Mm-hmm.
We're a nonprofit, helps people with cognitive disabilities, job coaching, job shadowing, and we work through Indiana vocational rehab. So
right. And we're going to come back to you to talk about a little bit about what's going on in your neighborhood, what it looks like to you and the interaction. So we're going to go with Ruth and ask you that question. How's your neighborhood holding out in this trying times?
Thanks for asking. I'm on the south end of Munster, and actually have a view of Centennial Park and the golf course. So it's been kind of interesting in the bike path. It's been interesting in that people are very respectful on the bike path. There are, excuse me, that's fine. Technology. There's a fair amount of traffic. You see families, and it truly appears to be families out bicycling or out walking or with strollers, respectfully adhering to the social distancing. Interestingly enough, there's been a fair amount. The golf course is one of the amenities that is approved, I believe, with the government regulations for Indiana. There's been a fair amount of golfers out there that you see either walking or in golf carts. Regarding the traffic in the neighborhood or the traffic in Munster, I've been out to the grocery stores. Actually, I was at the grocery store yesterday in Munster, and again, people are very respectful. They are adhering to the social distancing, in my view, and you know, the stock people and the amount of stock in the grocery stores has been fine. Not a problem, other than, you know, the paper products and the disinfecting.
The toilet paper.
Toilet paper. There you go.
We're damn proud that we have that one roll, by the way.
I hope you have more than that. From my perspective, it appears that people, at least with my narrow view of the world, have been adhering to the restrictions.
Mm-hmm. Good. And Gloria?
Yes, so I live in St. John, like I said, and what's interesting about my neighborhood, there's a ton of commuters from Chicago that live in our little place here in the gates of St. John, and everybody was so to themselves before. I'm really close to my neighbor next door, but all of a sudden people have been coming out. So I do feel that this mandate to stay inside creates this like rebellion in people, like, no, we're going to go outside. And but people have been keeping their distance, but lots of dog walking. I think there's just so many people who normally commute who aren't home 90% of the time, and now that they are, there's a lot of enjoyment around the neighborhood. And certainly the stores have been kind of packed. Every time I've driven by, I've really been staying away. I had pneumonia last year, so I'm so terrified to get sick. I didn't go through that. I may not be taking it as seriously as I am. But yeah, lots of people at the stores, and I don't really see a lot of social distancing in the stores. Although at my local Walgreens, I saw something brilliant. They used blue masking or like paint tape to kind of space out all the people in line. So I thought that was smart. But yeah, I see lots of delivery trucks every day. I see lots of food deliveries going on. And it's been quite just a unique.
By the way, if those trucks, if you were asked the drivers, they were on their way to our house, evidently, delivering packages. Because Kelly Rosala is the
queen.
We have packages outside our house all the time. Yes, Kelly. Okay, I'm going to mute you for the time being. No, I'm not going to. Bonnie, why don't you tell us a bit about Hammond, right? That's where you live.
No, I actually live in Dyer.
Dyer, okay. I got confused there. I'm sorry.
For me, it's a little strange because I've actually been one that's been staying in the house a lot, mainly because I have 5 children. And so everybody's home from school right now. My husband works in healthcare. He's a surgical technologist at Northwestern Hospital. So he's, at work. I've been working mostly remotely from home and then just going in and to the work site to check the mail, make sure donations are being deposited in the bank and paying bills, basically. And then we've been checking messages and doing things like that from home. So it was kind of the day before my normal shopping day is when this all happened. So when I got up on that Friday to go to the store and I saw no toilet paper and no paper towels, I was freaked out because my normal shopping is like pandemic shopping for everybody else. I have, and then I actually have 6 kids, and my daughter was coming home from college, also that next week. So thankfully I was able to get enough food. We stocked our freezer and all of that, but we've been on a mad hunt for like toilet paper and paper towels. It is crazy. So I've been sending my husband out, to do all of that shopping. So as far as like the social distancing and stuff in the stores, I haven't really had to experience all of that. Going in and out of work to COVID, you can tell that it's a lot, more solemn outside. Like it is a little eerie to see
Bonnie.
How.
Okay, excuse me a second, Bonnie. We're going to have to move on. We're going to run out of time here a bit because we've got about 8 minutes left. So I want to move on to Mark. And Mark, where are you at, and what do you see in your neighborhood as far as interaction, people going about their day-to-day lives?
I'm in the middle of Munster, and on Sunday I saw more people out than I had ever seen before, walking around like Ruth said, families. Right now I can hear the basketball. Kids are playing basketball outside. But the grocery store, that is it's like almost like at a funeral. Everybody's somber and kind of quiet, and I think the grocery stores are a little. That's a different going in there, and you're probably taking a risk. Everybody's probably aware of that. So
right, and now we're going to go back around, and this time, because I know all of you are part of organizations, and I'd like to hear from you how this has impacted the organization that you work with, or your organization specifically. And we're going to start with Angela. Oh, why is Angela muted? Oh, there you go.
Am I unmuted?
Yes, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
Hi. So I have a nonprofit called Shatter Silence, and we it has been impacted just a little bit. I'm getting a lot more phone calls, and I'm actually learning how to Zoom into groups just like this one a lot better. So for me, as you know, a business aspect, it's doing fairly well than it usually would, which is it's a good thing, but it's not, because I counsel people who are going through tough times, and right now the whole world is going through a lot of emotional distress. So I've been getting phone calls and texts and emails, and so it's kind of going crazy. But
Right.
What was the question again,
Oh
Bill?
no, you just said that. How is it impacting your organization?
Yes.
And in the interest,
More Zooms.
more Zoom. Yep. And that's what we're hearing. People are taking advantage of distance and video conferencing. So Ruth, if you want to quickly, because we're running out of time, I got to apologize for this because
Sure.
the amount of people. But go ahead, Ruth.
No problem. I think, speaking towards our organization, we were in the planning stages for one of our major fundraisers that was to be held April 26th, and it was a tea party. So we did some scrambling and some analysis and some evaluation, and came to the conclusion that we really needed to cancel. Yeah. So, we've gone beyond that. We've got another fundraiser that is coming up, our annual plant sale, that we've adjusted the date closer to Memorial Day. We're playing it by ear as far as, what we can do. The interesting thing is how technology has just kind of taken over as far as a means of communication. We posted a video message regarding the tea party to all of our current ticket holders and, prospective sponsors, ticket holders. Yeah. And if we didn't have that technology, I think we would all be at a disadvantage. It gives that personal touch at least.
Right. And then Bonnie?
Well, it's impacted our organization greatly because our organization is based on helping churches. And as you know, most churches are shut down now because you can't be in meeting spaces more than 10 people. So the churches, a lot of them are doing live stream services, which is great. But, our volunteers and everything, usually go out to the community and help in groups. It's been very interesting trying to brainstorm and see how we can make an impact in people's lives, right now during this situation. Our food pantries are still operating. We're still taking messages, through the phone system, but our intake process has to change. So I've been posting a lot of social media and trying to get prayer requests out there and just do the things that I can do, from here. But I think the churches are really hurting right now.
Yeah, and a lot of them are streaming their services, and so that the only way they can, because unless they're a very, very small church. Mark, in the interest of time, because Ruth kind of gave us some background on what's happening at Planting Possibilities, I'm going to jump to Gloria and have her talk about how this has impacted her and her organizations.
So I represent a couple of different organizations. Personally, I have 4 small businesses, and I'm in a terrified state of mind, honestly. All 4 businesses have closed. They closed within 2 days of each other. And so my professional side and my business side is, very fearful of what's to come. So everything has changed. I've had to lay off 27 people. I've had conference calls with my staff. I've got another one this afternoon just to keep them going spirit-wise. We're going to play some online games and try to, just kind of support each other. From the nonprofit side, I represent the Service League of Northwest Indiana, and I'm the president of the league, and I've got a reputation already for forcing them into technology before this crisis ever happened. So next month, we're going to have a virtual meeting, and all the ladies, I'm sure, are fired up out there to do this. But my show on WJOB, speaking of charity, obviously can't be in the studio. So I've created this little mock studio in my kitchen and living room. And I've really tried to just get as many nonprofits on our show to get the word out about what their immediate needs are. And that's kind of how it's changed. And I don't get as many views doing it this way. WJOB is definitely like my little engine.
Yeah, Kelly and I were just talking about that this morning. They've still, man, they've got, well, look how long they've been around. And so, and
unfortunately, Jim Didelos just announced today that his daughter, who's a nurse in New York City, actually has coronavirus.
Oh my gosh!
Coming out of the other side, so I was a little emotional watching that today. But just lots of changes across all facets of what I'm involved in, obviously, and just praying for the best.
Tell Jim, give him our best, and he's in our thoughts and prayers. That has got to be difficult. With the little bit of time we got left, we are going to get to Mark. Mark, Mark, if you'll just give us a real quick wrap up. Ruth did give a lot of what's going on with planning possibilities, but if you can wrap up, we got about a minute left. So if we cut out, so I apologize. Go ahead, Mark.
Sure. Referrals are down quite a bit. You have to use technology to work with our existing clients, and we're not seeing many new clients, and already people are calling us looking for jobs that are being laid off from other employment services companies. So it's not good. It's not good.
No, it isn't. And with that, we do have to wrap things up. We're going to try to get you guys back on again and try to get a little bit more time scheduled. And I think you guys got the technology down now, so we just spend more time on talking. Listen, I really appreciate you guys coming on and sharing what's going on. Gloria, I thank again for inviting us on your program. What you do for all these great organizations in the area. Hats off to you. We love you for what you're doing, and keep your chin up with everything that's going on. And if anything else, tune in. Kelly and I will cheer you up. We'll try.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
All right, with that,
we love you all.
Big virtual hug to all you, and keep your chins up, keep a smile on your face, and we'll keep in contact. And God bless you for all that you're doing for the community. Thank you much.
Thank you all. Nice to meet you.
Goodbye for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.
This episode of The Bill and Callie Show is brought to you by Brown Insurance Group has been providing coverage to municipalities, companies, and individuals in the region for over 73 years. As a partner of the Keystone Insurers Group, we are able to offer an extensive line of insurance products and services, from commercial services including employee benefits and liability insurance, to personal services such as home, auto, watercraft, and motorcycle coverage. We are also committed to our community. We support many charities and events in the region. Our core values of care and integrity since the inception of Brown Insurance Group has made us one of Indiana's most respected and valued insurance agencies. To make an appointment with one of our experienced specialists, call our Highland Insurance office at 219-972-6060. Brown Insurance Group. Small town values, big time resources. Going beyond expectations to protect you and yours.